We live in a world changing faster than at any time in human history.
One of the big challenges facing places is they're coping with so much at once.
So we've had almost a perfect storm in this city. You've therefore got a massively complex, interrelated, dynamic problem to be able to manage.
We're just not very good in this country at varying policy to places.
The differences between places are being magnified at the same time that the world has become much more interconnected.
You have to look at a much wider horizon than is conventional. For an institute like this to achieve its full potential, it needs to be helping the process of modern societies to adapt and win.
Having an academic institute that's explicitly about bringing different disciplines together to think about the challenges of public policy in a particular place is a really interesting and quite timely thing to be doing.
We want to make the Heseltine Institute the best example we possibly can of a university which really engages with public policy debates. The issues that public policymakers are facing today are highly complex, very interconnected, and they are trying to deal with them with less resource than they've ever had before. It's become fashionable to believe that public policy doesn't make a difference. We don't believe that's the case.
Having an Institute of Public Policy based in a really important region of the UK, but also one that's far removed geographically from the centre of power in London, is really very significant.
It's blindingly obvious historically, London didn't make this country. It was created in the 18th and 19th century effectively as a modern economy by the great industrial centres.
If you look at a map of the distribution of economic activity in different countries, the peak in the UK is London and it towers above the rest of the country, and that's an asymmetry that's much more pronounced than any other advanced economy.
We have the luxury of being able to study different policy approaches, and we can actually try and apply that then to some of our customers, who are clearly those people who have to make very tough decisions at a time of incredible financial difficulty.
It's in the areas of health and social sciences and management, for instance, where they've got that competitive advantage that we want to be able to use to help inform, to challenge, but also to support what's going to make a difference today, tomorrow, and next year, and in 5 years' time.
Academics doing work to understand what's going on in that place and other places have a really interesting role both in that city and then beyond it.
I think we have a responsibility to reach out to our communities, and I don't just mean local and regional communities, I mean communities of interest and government and the public sector more generally, and show how the research that we're engaged in can impact on their work on the ground.
Unless we raise the national performance, which means all of us doing a little bit better, then we will find ourselves slip slowly down the international league tables.
Our relationship with Lord Heseltine is really interesting. His advice to us is to do what we do best as academics, speaking truth to power. Our job is to make sure that the knowledge which we produce as a university reaches the public realm in the most effective way we can.
If universities can stand back and become analytical critics of the status quo, the place where you can go to find out what's happening everywhere else, what works, what doesn't work, that is where universities could play a really important role.